We're going to move on with the session agenda. Item number 5, Alpha, will be our citizens' comments. If you have citizens comments, please move to the podium and give your name and address. Can you test it for us, Mr. Williams?
When you turn it on, nothing happens.
There it is. We can hear it.
First of all, my name is Vanny Lee Williams. I reside in West Waynesville. I've been here since 1986. I got a few questions that probably from there that I want to hear. How you doing tonight?
I'm good.
We're gonna find out. First of all, I want to talk about why is it that I blew out a tire on my truck because there's a tree laying in the road. Coming from my house, it's on the, well, where we at, it's on the left side of the road. I drove that thing and I blew out a tire. And I said, well, since I blew out a tire, I'm quite sure they're going to get that moved off the street. But it's still there. Am I making sense to you, man?
Yep.
Okay.
Was it in your neighborhood, Mr. Williams, or was it on 17?
It was on Highway 17.
Okay. There's MoDOT again.
Has anybody noticed that MoDOT don't give a duck pluck about Waynesville and the street?
I agree.
I think that Waynesville should clean that up because it's a fake Waynesville citizen name. Okay? Now, if you go to the other side of the street, there's another tree that fell down, and a little bit of that is in the street too.
I think I know where you're talking about. I was out there the other day, election day, drove that way, and
One more thing, then we'll leave that alone, okay? I came out of where Good Samaritan is, and I made a right turn, and I looked on the left side of the highway, and that deer said, I've been here for a long time. Can we get that deer removed? What if that deer got disease or something other than, and we keep walking and driving by?
Okay.
Or is that on private property and you can't get permission to remove it?
No, I thought the deer was gone. But
The deer,
it's still there.
Going nowhere. I am making sense, right, man?
yeah.
Okay. I want to leave that alone, okay? Is the chief of police here? In 1984 and later, West Waynesville annexed to the city. The city promised us a couple of things. I'm going to go through a few of them. One, they said, we promise you police protection and hourly patrol in the area. Okay? Two, they promised us fire hydrant. Three, they promised us sewage. We got fire hydrant, we got the sewage. But now, I don't want nobody to get upset with what I'm getting ready to say. About 3 weeks ago, I had a situation with my son. So that 3 weeks ago, I had a situation with my son that involved Waynesville Police Department, Pulaski County Sheriff Department. I don't recall seeing a patrol come through my area. But I was promised that when we annexed. I'm not going overboard yet, am I?
No.
Okay? I know the police chief and people are working hard. And this is me. If you need to take more money from my taxes, I don't care. But I would like to see a policeman every now and then control cars. I don't know if I can do this without somebody coming out over there. Weekend police department is terrible. I had a situation with my son. I called the police and I wanted to ask some questions. And I got the dispatcher. Heard exactly where it was, Mr. Williams. I don't know the answer to your question. I will get a policeman, contact him so that you can talk to him. Okay? Now, I know the mayor will probably tell you, he's always complaining. Yes, I am, because I see something I don't think it's right. I will tell you in a minute. I do right. Okay? I don't know if I need to write a letter, or I can tell you that Animal Control did a fantastic job with the problem I had with the lady and her dog named Dodo. They came over there and they talked to her and told her that your dog can't go outside and bark at 3:30 in the morning. Your dog can't go out there and bark at the little kids trying to catch the buses. The kids were so scared that they had their parents bring them out in cars now. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Animal Control took good care of that. They did a good job, and I think somebody did it, because they did a good job. And she also stopped her from every 6:30 every morning. It wakes the retiree up. I'm a retiree. It wakes me up, But again, like I say, I would love to see, I don't know, if I need to do something other, tell me what I need to do. Because Animal Control did a good job. And they need, no one says, if they need a ward or whatever they need, because they stop that girl from letting the dog bother the kids try to get on the school bus. I think I said enough.
I'll just say this, Mr. Williams, I don't look at it anything, and I don't think the council looks at anything as a complaint. This is just legitimate issues that we need to fix. But a lot of the things that you mentioned, we have been looking at ways to fix it, and I can just tell you, even with the MoDOT issue, one of the things that I was talking to John about this week was trying to solicit some assistance with Route 66 because we can't get that support. So they got rid of the program where you would go out and sign up with and have an area responsibility. They got rid of that. They got a new one, but you can't put a sign up. But you can't put up a sign and say that, hey, this is adopted by this organization. They won't put signs up, but you can still sign up for a certain section. So what we're going to be doing is trying to solicit local organizations to help us and kind of designate different areas out there. Of course, they will have to go out and maintain that, but just anything that we can do to help maintain Route 66, because we got the same concerns with that. But that's what I want to tell you, that we're thinking about the same thing. So it's not a complaint, it's just a confirmation. All right, so don't look at it that way. Don't ever feel like it's a complaint or you bugging us or anything like that, because we need the citizens' feedback so we can fix whatever we need to fix.
I think it would be political to get rid of this gear. You've been parking there too long. Also, I understand that the state is supposed to, notice I use the word supposed to take care of 17, but think about it. They don't even take care of 17 away from Waynesville. So you know they're not going to take care of 17 in Waynesville.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Are there any other citizens' comments? Okay, we'll move on to the next order of business, which will be the appointment of, let me strike that one. we'll go to the appointment and reappointment of Timothy Rivera to the Planning and Zoning. I would entertain a motion for the reappointment of Timothy Rivera.
Wait a minute.
Motion
What
by,
about Clinton Garrett?
I didn't hear what you said.
Isn't Clinton Garrett first?
You said that you didn't receive.
Jeremiah Nichols.
Oh, I'm sorry. Apologize about that. All right. Jeremiah Nichols is the one. All right, so scratch that. We'll go with Clinton Jarrett first to the Board of Adjustments. Reappointment motion.
I'll make a motion.
Mr. Rice,
I'll second.
Mr. Bland, any discussion? Madam Clerk?
Councilwoman Corn? Yes. Councilman Bland?
Yes.
Councilman Rice?
Yes.
Councilwoman Dills?
Yes.
Councilman Hicks?
Yes.
Councilman Farnum?
Yes.
Thank you.
Reappointment of Timothy Rivera. Need a motion?
Make a motion.
Ms. Dills, motion, second.
I'll second.
Mr. Rice, second. Any discussion? Madam Clerk?
Councilman Farnum?
Yes.
Councilman Hicks?
Yes.
Councilwoman Dills?
Yes.
Councilman Rice?
Yes.
Councilman Bland?
Yes.
Councilwoman Corn? Yes. Thank you.
All right, so this one is not a reappointment, this is an appointment, and I left a bio on there. This is for Melissa Sharp. And I want to preface, before we appoint her, I want to tell you something that that this is the second citizen that has moved into our community just so they can participate on our board and be a part of our community. So that says a lot. And they volunteered to be on the board. So this is the second board member that has been appointed that stood up, volunteered, not only stood up and volunteered, they moved here just so they can be a part of the team. So that says a lot about our community. So I wanted to make mention of that. I also have her bio on there. Melissa Sharp, she's pretty energetic. She's all over the place. She's always down in the park. She runs the Frog Fitness Group Hill team. She's in the park every weekend. So being on the park board is a great fit for her. She definitely has the energy for it. And she was pretty excited about the opportunity. With that being said, I'll entertain a motion to appoint Melissa Sharp to the Waynesville Park Board for a 2-year term.
Motion.
Motion by Mr. Farnum, second by Mr. Hicks. Any discussion? Madam Clerk?
Councilman Farnum?
Yes.
Councilman Hicks?
Yes.
Councilwoman Dills?
Yes.
Councilman Rice?
Yes.
Councilman Bland?
Yes.
Councilwoman Corn? Yes. Thank you.
And what's ironic is the reappointment of Micah Perez. He's the one that actually, the first person that moved here to be on the board. So he's being reappointed as a board member. So I'll entertain a motion for reappointment of Micah.
I'll motion.
Motion by Ms. Grant,
Second.
second by Mr. Farnum. Discussion? Madam Clerk?
Councilwoman Corn?
Yes.
Councilman Bland?
Yes.
Councilman Rice?
Yes.
Councilwoman Dills?
Yes.
Councilman Hicks?
Yes.
Councilman Farnum?
Yes.
Thank you.
All right, we'll move on to the city administrator's report. I'll turn it over to Mr. Doyle.
Okay, so Waynesville Park Board met April 10th, discussed Little Heroes Playground repair and updates, and if you guys have been through the park, you've seen the tiles being placed and the repair being done to that feature. The committee gave park updates. There was a update on the bike rack installation at Summit Park, and again, one of the events that they were discussing was the Kids to Park Day scheduled for June 7th. Next park board meeting is May 8th. Utility Committee, there was a discussion that actually came from the South Side Hunters Point area with a resident there. The discussion revolved around the irrigation meters, which I think you will see later. We have an ordinance there for irrigation meters. These meters are a little bit different than what the city has historically thought about irrigation meters. These historically have been separate meters installed at the residence for really sprinkler systems, lawn systems, and with older homes, if you didn't have the you know, the foresight for that type of thing. You don't have the piping necessary to utilize water outside your house, which is what these are for, to include, not limited to, but to include maybe washing the siding on your house, filling the swimming pools, washing cars, you know, cleaning off your sidewalk, your driveway, concrete, porch, things like that. So this idea was kind of hatched from that neighborhood. We being Tracy and myself actually went through and looked at this option in other communities that implemented a portable type meter that would be directly attached to a spigot, outside spigot, whether that be a yard hydrant or connected to the house as a spigot. And we took it to utility committee, to which they thought this would be a good idea to offer not only to that community but to all citizens of the city with the ordinance that we have there. So that was a conversation. We went through the April service report for what we call the Pulaski County Sewer District Agreement. There were department updates given, and the next meeting is scheduled for May 5th. At the Economic Development Committee, the business spotlight was Harrison Farm and Feed. There was the announcement of the receipt of a Route 66 Centennial Commission grant award for Hogs and Frogs. The next Economic Development Committee is scheduled for May 5th. Roads and Grounds, we had a Summit Pass traffic discussion. This was a lengthy discussion with citizens' comments and other concerns within that neighborhood as far as traffic control, speed limits, intersections, stop signs, yield signs. We implemented a couple of options for traffic control, which we believe also will help encourage motorists to follow the speed limit. There was a discussion on painting of fire zones within the city. Fire zones was what we're talking about. Fire zones maybe not be, we're not talking about commercial no parking fire zones. We're looking more as to location of fire hydrants and the painting of the curbs along those fire hydrants to ensure that parking is not, you know, within a certain distance of those hydrants. Street department updates were given. The next meeting is scheduled for May 6th at 4 o'clock. Emergency services was held April 3rd. We received the animal shelter update. We had police department update along with an update for the calls of service, which were greatly increased. Central Dispatch gave us an update that had those numbers, and we had an update given by the fire department. We had a discussion about the emergency services tax for the city of Waynesville, and the next meeting is scheduled for May 1st at 4 o'clock. Finance and Human Resources. So we had an audit completion of really April 3rd. They kind of packed it up. I'm going to brief just a little bit on the audit. The audit was very successful this year for the city of Waynesville. We actually, I think we satisfied the auditors with their request, maybe quicker or faster than we have been able to, and more efficiently in the past. Personally, one of the best audits I've sat through, hands down. If you guys have ever had the opportunity to come in during an audit week, it's intensive, and it's amazing how many documents they just randomly but specifically ask for. And they ask for, that's just while they're here. Prior to getting here, they're asking for this information, and our staff and our team, you know, hats off to the finance department. What a great job they did, and satisfying all of the requests in a timely fashion. And if you had the opportunity to sit in on that meeting, we did get to speak to the auditor in passing. Now, we haven't received the audit or the final findings of the audit yet, but they really gave a good out briefing for that committee. We also discussed fund balance reserve policy, which is required within the city of Waynesville. The CID was given. And we discussed the emergency services tax, starting to get a little more detail as to, we're trying to start to peel out some of the detail as to the amount, the timing, the uses, and things like that. Next meeting scheduled for May 1st, planning and zoning. This was from March 11th. We have the approval of the final plat for Pinnacle Place Phase 3. We also had the approving of a rezoning request for 105 and 107 North Street. Next meeting is scheduled for May 13th. Board of Adjustments, no meeting held. And some special events to speak about. We had Songkran April 13th, which was a success. It's kind of neat within the park, something new, but really well attended. We have the best sapper competition for April 26th, Seaburn competition May 30th, and again, Kids to Park Day June 7th.
All right, thank you. Are there any questions for Mr. Doyle? Okay, we'll move on to item number 7. This is council discussion. I do want to bring up for council discussion, we're going to have our redistricting ward. So if you have any questions now, I want to kind of talk a little bit about that. The whole point of us having this committee established for this temporary committee for the next year is, as the city grows and in different areas, we have to make sure that we're between 10 to 20% threshold with our councilmen and how many they have in their wards. So as one community grows, we have to kind of shift the boundaries to make sure that the population is kind of distributed in an equal manner with the 10 to 20% threshold. So the committee has been selected, and if anybody has any comments about that, there were several different ways that we can go about it, and I think we're going to do two different things here. We're putting a committee together, but we're also going to have legal representation through this process. So I'll open it up if anyone has any questions or want to talk about it a little bit.
Okay, Mr. Mayor. It's based on the shift of the population because of our growth.
Mm-hmm.
How many people do we have now in our city? 5,000, 5,200?
According to the census prior, it's like 5418 or something like that.
Well, the reason I bring it up is we just had municipal election and only 180 citizens went out and voted, which when you quote me the number 5,400 plus, that is really sad state of affairs for our city. Now I understand people are sick of politics, but we are the people running to represent our particular areas in the city in general. And it really, really bothered me when I only saw the total outcome of the votes. It just floored me.
Yeah, I agree. To not even have 10% of the population come out and support the most important, in my opinion, election, because this is where the rubber meets the road. We live here in the same community, and this is where we get things done on a day-to-day business, and to not have the support of the community in the selection of those who will be doing the work. Of course, we get a lot of, probably get more complaints about things than participation. Now I'm saying, like, Mr. Williams, you're participating because you're coming in here, you're sharing with us. When I say complaints without participation, it's the people that show up and they don't really care about anything except for what affects them. But when we talk about the entire community, this is where we can actually participate, is by voting and supporting in that manner.
Well, I would like to bring up that when we do the redistricting of the wards, we come up with a map that we can send out as a newsletter to the citizens in the city. So they will have an idea of what ward they're in, because a lot of people don't have a clue where the lines break.
Right.
So with that, I'll shut up.
Yeah, and that's a good point, because we talked about it, I talked about it with the clerk, ways that we could probably add that to their, you didn't hear about it yet, but we talked about like the utility bill or something like that, possibly an idea to where when they get the utility bill, it tells what ward they stay in. But we want to definitely do something along that lines. And right now, for those citizens that do vote, you can actually go on sos.mo.gov, well, I think it's sos.mo.gov, and check out the election site. When you put your address in there, it tells you what ward you stay in. It tells you all of your district representatives. But we want to be able to do that here locally to where you don't have to go and search. So that was a good idea that was brought to the table, because we're, again, looking for solutions in that manner. Most people don't know what ward they stay in.
Not everybody is computer savvy or does the internet, so, I'm one of those senior citizen types, and
Right.
I've learned some, but I'm lost most of the time on a computer.
And that was one of the things that Sean and I talked about when somebody comes in for new service for utilities, putting like a rack card or something in there that lets them know what ward they're in, who their ward council people are. That way, right from the get-go, they know who they can get a hold of, so,
That's good.
yeah.
Yeah, so just kind of improve communication and give them a point of contact. And that's another reason why we have the Waynesville app, but I know that's technology. But it's not social media though,
No.
so
It's
you don't
in-
have to
it's
be,
in there.
you don't have to be on social
It's
media.
in there.
Yeah. But it supersedes social media. You don't have to get involved in that kind of environment if you don't want to. But if no one else has any questions about the redistricting and the whole purpose of why we're doing it, we can move forward. All right. So we have one resolution and one more appointment. Proposed resolution 0425. This is the approval of the preliminary plat for Phase 3, Pinnacle Place. The first reading for this resolution.
A resolution approving a preliminary, plat of Phase 3 Pinnacle Place.
All right, need a motion?
Make motion.
Motion, Mr. Rice, second. Mr. Farnum, any discussion? Madam Clerk?
Councilwoman Corn?
Yes.
Councilman Bland?
Yes.
Councilman Rice?
Yes.
Councilwoman Dills?
Yes.
Councilman Hicks?
Yes.
Councilman Farnum?
Yes.
Thank you.
All right, now we have the, we kind of talked about it already, but this is the committee that has been established. It is one representative per ward.
Yeah, no. According to legal counsel, because we don't necessarily have to have the resolution, just an appointment, we have to approve another amendment to the agenda before we can go forward. To change it from a resolution just to an appointment.
Okay, so I entertain a motion to change the resolution to an appointment. So to approve the amendment. Can I have a motion for that?
I should do that. Did you do it, Brian?
Mr. Bland, Mr. Farnum. Any further discussion? Are we good?
Show of hands. Trudy?
Yes.
Okay, okay, thank you.
All right. Ordinances, we have proposed ordinance HB 2025-20.
Oh, we have to vote on the appointment.
Oh, we didn't?
No, that was to
That was
amend the agenda.
amendment.
to
Oh,
change-
I'm
Vote
sorry.
on the appointment.
Huh?
Now we have to, I'm
Yeah, yeah.
sorry.
It's confusing.
Boy, you probably need to fire that city clerk.
All right, so, Madam Clerk.
Just, I need a motion and a second to approve the appointment.
Okay.
I make a motion that
Motion.
we appoint the councilman listed under the ward districting to the ward districting board.
Thank you, Ms. Amanda. Second by Mr. Rice. Any discussion? Madam Clerk,
Councilman
back on
Farnum.
track.
Yes.
Councilman Hicks.
Yes.
Councilwoman Dills.
Yes.
Councilman Rice.
Yes.
Councilman Bland.
Yes.
Councilwoman Corrin.
Yes.
Thank you.
All right, proposed ordinance HB 2025-20. First reading, please.
An ordinance amending Chapter 615 of the Municipal Code of the City of Waynesville, Missouri regarding provisions of water-only services, fixing an effective date. Second reading, an ordinance amending Chapter 615 of the Municipal Code of the City of Waynesville, Missouri regarding provisions of water-only services, fixing an effective date.
Motion,
Make a motion.
Ms. Dills, second. Mr. Rice, discussion. Madam Clerk?
Councilwoman Corrin.
Yes.
Councilman Bland.
Yes.
Councilman Rice.
Yes.
Councilwoman Dills.
Yes.
Councilman Hicks.
Yes.
Councilman Farnum.
Yes.
Thank you.
Proposed ordinance HB 2025-21. First reading, please.
First reading, an ordinance approving the final plat for Phase 3 Pinnacle Place, fixing an effective date. Second reading, an ordinance approving the final plat for Phase 3 Pinnacle Place, fixing an effective date.
Motion,
Motion.
Mr. Farnum, second.
Second.
Ms. Corinne? All right. Discussion. Madam Clerk?
Councilman Farnum.
Yes.
Councilman Hicks.
Yes.
Councilwoman Dills.
Yes.
Councilman Rice.
Yes.
Councilman Bland.
Yes.
Councilwoman Corrin.
Yes.
Thank you.
All right, proposed ordinance HB 2025-22. First reading, please.
An ordinance changing zoning classification for certain real estate from R1 Single Family to R3 Multifamily for property located at 105 and 107 North Street in Waynesville, Missouri, fixing an effective date.
A motion?
Second reading.
Oh, I'm sorry, second read, please.
An
Tonight is the
ordinance,
night.
an ordinance changing zoning classification for certain real estate from R1 Single Family to R3 Multifamily for property located at 105 and 107 North Street in Waynesville, Missouri, fixing an effective date.
Motion.
I'll make a motion.
Ms. Corinne, second.
Second.
Mr. Hicks, any discussion? Madam Clerk?
Councilwoman Corrin.
Yes.
Councilman Bland.
Yes.
Councilman Rice.
Yes.
Councilwoman Dills.
Yes.
Councilman Hicks.
Yes.
Councilman Farnum.
Yes.
Thank you.
Proposed ordinance HB 2025-23. First read, please.
An ordinance authorizing the mayor and/or city administrator to enter into an airport aid agreement between the city of Waynesville, city of St. Robert, and the Missouri Highways and Transportation Commission for an air service promotion, fixing an effective date. Second reading, an ordinance authorizing the mayor and/or city administrator to enter into an airport aid agreement between the city of Waynesville, city of St. Robert, and the Missouri Highways and Transportation Commission for air service promotion, fixing an effective date.
Motion?
Make a motion.
Ms. Dills? Second. Mr. Rice, any discussion? Madam Clerk?
Councilwoman Corrin.
Yes.
Councilman Bland.
Yes.
Councilman Rice.
Yes.
Councilwoman Dills.
Yes.
Councilman Hicks.
Yes.
Councilman Farnum. Thank you.
Okay,
Yes.
proposed ordinance HB 2025-24. First read, please.
An ordinance authorizing the mayor and/or city administrator to enter into a state block grant agreement between the city of Waynesville, the city of St. Robert, and the Missouri Highways and Transportation Commission for air service promotion, fixing an effective date. Second reading, an ordinance authorizing the mayor and/or city administrator to enter into a state block grant agreement between the city of Waynesville, city of St. Robert, and the Missouri Highways and Transportation Commission for air service promotion, fixing an effective date.
Motion? Mr. Farnum? Second.
I'll second.
Ms. Corinne? Discussion? Madam Clerk?
Councilman Farnum.
Yes.
Councilman Hicks.
Yes.
Councilwoman Dills.
Yes.
Councilman Rice.
Yes.
Councilman Bland.
Yes.
Councilwoman Corrin.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay. Any other business? Move on to the certification of the election results. All right. A motion to, for the certification of the election results. Motion, Mr. Hicks. Second, Mr. Rice. Any discussion? You okay with it?
I guess.
All right, Madam Clerk.
Councilwoman Corrin?
Yes.
Councilman Bland?
Yes.
Councilman Rice?
Yes.
Councilwoman Dills?
Yes.
Councilman Hicks?
Yes.
Councilman Farnum?
Yes.
Thank you. Could
Okay.
you, Mr. Farnum, Ms. Dills, and Ms. Corrin come down?
Yeah, at this point, we're gonna do the swearing in of those that have won the confidence of their constituency to serve in the capacity of a councilman for the next term. We will swear in Mr. Hayden once he returns back from the other side of the world.
Yeah.
So Mr. Farnum, Ms. Dills, and Ms. Amanda, please step forward.
Confederates,
I know. Ooh.
we're gonna do this in number, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah. Amanda?
Amanda.
Miss Trudy? Okay. Well, raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Bill
I,
Farnum,
Amanda Corinne,
Do solemnly swear and affirm
do solemnly swear and affirm
that I possess the qualifications
that I possess the qualifications
prescribed by law
prescribed by law
for the office of,
for the
for
office
the
of
office
council,
of city council.
and that I support the constitutions
And I support the constitutions
of the United States
of the United States
and the state of Missouri,
and the state of Missouri,
the provisions of all the laws
the provisions of all the laws
of the state
of the state
affecting cities of the third class
affecting cities of the third class
and the ordinances of the city of Waynesville.
and the ordinances of the city of Waynesville.
I shall faithfully conduct myself
I shall faithfully conduct myself
in office
in office
and respect the confidences
and respect the confidences
and information
and information
which comes into my possession.
which comes into my possession.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
I feel like she should read it and we should just have to say it.
So yours, yeah, so this one I need that, and the pretty one you get to keep.
All right.
Yeah, pen.
Congratulations again, and it's truly an honor to have everyone stay on the council. Mr. Farnum is our senior leader here, and definitely love having this experience, and Ms. Dills and Ms. Amanda as well, serving on the council for another term. So definitely a good day. The next item is to elect the mayor pro tem. So at this point, I'll open up for nominations.
This is correct.
Okay. All right, so Ms. Corinne is going to was nominated. Is there any other nominations? No other nominations?
No, it's crickets. It's crickets.
We're going to go ahead and vote.
Councilman Farnum?
Yes.
Councilman Hicks?
Yes.
Councilwoman Dills?
Yes.
Councilman Rice?
Yes.
Councilman Bland?
Absolutely.
Councilwoman Corrin?
Congratulations on another term as mayor pro tem.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Committee appointments, we need to also vote on the committee appointments. Did all the council members get an opportunity to read the committee appointments? Yes. I'll entertain a motion to approve the committee appointments.
Make a motion.
Mr. Hicks,
I'll second.
second, Ms. Corinne. Discussion. Any discussion? No? Madam Clerk?
Councilwoman Corrin?
Yes.
Councilman Bland?
Yes.
Councilman Rice?
Yes.
Councilwoman Dills?
Yes.
Councilman Hicks?
Yes.
Councilman Farnum?
Yes.
Thank you.
All right, this time we're going to open it up for council comments, and I'm going to start with Mr. Farnum tonight, and those that have gotten re-elected, you're going to be first. We'll hear your words of wisdom.
Well, I'm glad that I squeaked out another term on the council. We're doing some great things for our city, and I look forward to what we're going to accomplish. And I think the citizens will be happy once they see some of the completed projects, some of the new businesses that's been kept under wraps until the deals are done and the paper's signed and all that. So
Okay.
I think we've got a very bright future in the city of Waynesville.
Thank you. Ms. Dills?
I'm going to say thank you to the police department and everything they do, because they're Johnny on the spot, and they really do not get enough appreciation that they should be getting. So thank you to the Waynesville Police Department.
Okay. Ms. Madden?
Thank you to everybody. Thank you for my ward for voting for me. Thank you for electing me again for Mayor Pro Tem. I hope to serve you all well when the mayor's not around. Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, everybody up here, for being such a great team. I do look forward to what this new year brings for us.
Okay. All right, thank you. Mr. Bland?
Yeah, mine's going to be short. Mostly concerned about right around the corner here at our home. John, I noticed when the school bus turns right here off of 66 onto Cash, I know it's on Route 66 in MoDOT, but the rear tires sink into that well, and the whole back end of the bus rocks. I'd like you to take a look at that. And as far as everybody in the community, if you see such a circumstance where the children can be jeopardized, by all means, bring it to our attention so we can see about it. I know that our work trucks turn there too, and it makes a pretty big divot, but I would like you to take a look at it.
That was Cash in 66.
Just right out here.
Yeah, okay.
Right in my direction.
Okay. All right, thank you, Mr. Bland. Mr. Rice?
Yes, I want to thank all the emergency services, police. I know the firefighters have taken a beating the last couple of months with all the wind and the fires and people lighting, burning leaves, and they shouldn't be burning leaves. I mean, use some common sense would be a good idea. You know, the tax they're talking about gives them a little extra money. They need that. That'd be great. And I want to congratulate everybody that won their election. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Mr. Rice. All right, and clean up tonight is going to be Mr. Hicks.
I just want to say I agree with Ms. Trudy, and thank you to the PD, Dan, appreciate you guys. Thank you.
All right, I just got a couple of things. First, I'm going to say congratulations again to everybody for their appointment and to their awards election. And I do want to say that since January, we have had a tax center that was down in the city of Waynesville. We was able to partner with them and give them a location. There were about 4 to 5 volunteers. They serviced over 1,000 people. And it was free of charge. And I'm going to tell you, they did a phenomenal job in our city. We had people as far as Camdenton coming down. I mean, it was a great turnout. So we will have a formal recognition of those volunteers, but I just want to kind of just bring that to everyone's attention, that service has ended as of April 15th, but they did a phenomenal job. So we're pretty excited about that. Also, this is Child Abuse Prevention Month, and I want to, as I do every year, I want to encourage everyone to participate. Our most vulnerable people within our community are our elderly and our children. And in order for us to be involved in this prevention effort, we have to educate ourselves. So I want to encourage everyone to take the free mandated reporter training just to become aware of what it is that you should be looking for so that we can be actively engaged in reporting instances of any type of abuse if warranted. So you can go to www.protectmokids.com. Is a free mandated reporter training there that will help educate you on what to look for so that we can be involved. We know a couple of years ago we lost a 5-year-old here in the community, and we definitely need to work together as a community to continue to protect our community and grow in a healthy way. So I want to kind of remind everybody on that end. And I think I'm going to end it there. But thank you again. It's a pleasure serving, and this meeting is adjourned. It's been some time.
It has been.